The Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers have asked the federal government to build on the new housing policy by creating an enabling environment for the private sector to develop housing units that will help bridge the housing deficit. At a one-day summit recently in Lagos, the institution also advocated easy access to land and mortgage financing for mass housing in Nigeria.
After 21 years since any serious attention was paid to housing in terms of policy and implementation, Nigeria now has a new national housing policy which the Federal Executive Council approved. Part of that provision envisages the provision of 1 million housing units per annum. Just how that can move from being a policy to real stuff underscores this gathering of estate surveyors and valuers.
We're asking the government that setting up this, ensuring that the right structures are set up for housing delivery. And what I mean structures, I mean things like laws. There are a couple of laws that we're talking about amending. As we speak, there are about 9 housing-related laws in the National Assembly waiting passage. And we're saying pass these laws because a review of such laws will help the system to move forward.
Statistics reveal a whopping 17 million deficits in housing units, and since constantly provision of housing has been linked to employment generation, how do we get the game started to bridge the gap?
Government must also actively take part in funding of housing. Take, for example, 620 billion in 2011 was given to as loan to the collapsed banks. Why can't they do that for the mortgage banks? If they did that for the mortgage banks, there will be mortgage finance would have improved. Those are the critical areas.
Interestingly, too, the implementation is largely put at the doorstep of the private sector. They want to, but they have a request.
The PPP idea cannot help the low-income people because private people are in business to make money, and there's no money to be made in the provision of housing for the low-income.
Look, one province in China alone produces in a year all the houses we have produces independence. So what are you talking about? Produce 100,000 houses per state per annum, and you see the difference. It will get to the masses.
The goal of the national housing policy is to ensure that all Nigerians own or have access to decent, safe housing in healthy environment with infrastructural services at affordable cost with secure tenure. While this sounds pleasing, the point is also made that mass and social housing be developed as a critical infrastructure for the gross domestic product's growth. Olu Phillips, Charles Television News.